So this weekend it is time for two pretty big endurance races. So it is time for GT3s and sports car racing as a whole to sort of double up, as we've got a big race in Belgium in the Ardennes Forest and a pretty big one just out of New York City in America, but they are taking place one day apart.
Green will be the next question.
The Spa 24 hours is a big deal, but it is the only endurance track race of a 24-hour race that is just solely GT3. Obviously the Nürburgring has got GT3s as a top category, but it's got other ones further down with a Dacia Logan and touring cars and just all that sort of jazz as well. Le Mans obviously has got the hard cars and LMPs, similar with Daytona, just to the IMSA regulations compared to World Endurance Championship. So yes, it is actually the only GT3 only sort of endurance race. Obviously there's other classes in terms of Pro-Am, Pro-Ams, Silver, Bronze, all that sort of stuff, but the actual machinery is GT3, so that's quite a fun little tidbit. And yes, it is the only one, so that's why it's pretty special in that, my opinion. But as we head to Spa, because it is the race on the Saturday compared to the Sunday for IMSA, which is the 7.004 mile kilometre track, or 4.3 miles for your mile conversion there, seeing as we are in Belgium. It's got 19 turns and the track opened in 1921, so the track has been open 105 years. Now if we recap back to last year, the Garage 59 McLaren car got pole with Martin Kirchhofer at the 2 minute 15 seconds .113. So yes, the pole will go to the McLaren, but the race won't end up that way, with the 63 Lambo claiming victory after 24 hours. Also they missed out on the N24 as BMW won it last year in June, as it was like that last year. But the 96 Porsche would finish second and the 51 Ferrari was third. 94 cars entered, and we have got 70 entries this year, so 4 down on last year, but I'm sure there'll still be a lot of action. And a grand total of 549 laps were completed, so it's quite a lot of laps. And yeah, it was just I didn't watch much of this race really. I really slacked on the endurance races, especially in June last year, like I said in my Le Mans video last week or so now. I missed out on Le Mans, I missed out on Nürburgring, I missed out on this race, I missed out on quite a few, so yeah, I can't really remember much to report really, apart from a fantastic fighting between the BMWs and the Porsches, if I remember correctly. Lohan Heinrich, the ex-AO Racing, the now Le Mans winner in the LMP2 Pro-Am, he had a massive crash in the Schumacher CLRT car. He was hoping not to be completing that. I think something happened with his car, where he spun or something, and the car went into Andy's skull, and he just got absolutely wrecked from behind, and that was a massive crash. A lot of people were blaming him for it, but if you've got a mechanical problem and you're pulling to the side of the track, I don't think there's much you can do if the car's got no drive, you know. And because it was just ran outside of Blanchimont, you're right in the firing line and in a blind spot, so it's like if you hit someone on the road like that. I mean, it's a similar thing. It's a horrible situation, but you can't really do anything about it realistically. Did you know that you can get 10% off all W products, including this lovely pink blossom cap or this lovely green and lime shaker bottle? And if that's not your jam, and if you want the actual products, you can get some of these. But as you can see, there's a whole array of flavours and a whole array of different products you can get. But yeah, if you want any of the coffee extract, there's a big variety here. But if you want this, they even do hoodies as well, and flags. So you can get all that sort of stuff, and with 10% off with my code Motorsports95. But yes, it is a very diverse range and is all pretty good stuff, so I would definitely recommend it. Now we head to the States. We go to Watkins Glen for the 6 hours of Watkins Glen, 5.5 kilometres or 3.4 miles, 11 turns, when the track opened in 1956. This was a very fuel limited race last year, or if you use a sort of term that World Endurance Championship uses, energy usage, it's basically the same thing, right? It's just named differently because of all this, that and the other. But yeah, it would be the number 6 Acura that would go over the line first in the GTP class, ahead of the 40 Caddy, and the other Wayne Taylor Racing Cadillac in third. The number 10 LMP2 class, the other prototype class, the second prototype class, will go to the United Autosports car and the 22 car. Meanwhile, the 99 AO Racing finished second with Spike. And the number 04 CrowdStrike car, the Daytona winner and Le Mans winner from this year, would claim third place on that day then. While GTD Pro Honours would go to the number 48 BMW, with the number 3 Corvette further back in second and the 81 Ferrari third. And in GTD, the number 27 Aston Martin would claim second, the number 70 Ferrari for Inception Racing, and the number 32 Merc out your podium sitters for all the 4 classes. Watkins Glen is quite a unique case because the track isn't really that long, but you have all the 3 classes on it, and that's what I quite like about IMSA. It can be a bit stop-starty at times, and there can be quite a lot of long yellows, but once you do start racing, you can catch the back of the GT field quite quickly, but because of that, you've got to be really decisive on when you make moves and pretty clever as well. So if you do something silly, it's going to cost you. My mind goes back to the 31 Cadillac a few years ago at Sebring, where it just got flipped by a Ferrari and it went over on the wall. I can't remember who was driving that day in that car, or at the time, but yeah, there was just something like that. I mean, you've got to be really precise on how you judge it, but this is why experience matters. And you know, you have sort of rankings for classes of drivers and cars for a reason. Because if you're not really experienced, you're not gonna be, you're not gonna be safe enough to be at the top class of anything, and that's just natural. It's similar to like driving on the road, really, and all that sort of stuff. But yes, it's going to be a really sports car heavy weekend, and I just can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic as well. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a bit of a yin and yang sort of thing, because obviously they do have safety cars at Spa, but they don't really rely on it as much as they do in IMSA to back the pack up. They do have full course shadows and stuff like that as well. But yeah, it's just going to be really interesting as well. And yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to watch of it as of yet at the time of making this video, but I'm going to make the most of it for sure because it is fantastic as well. But yes, IMSA at Watkins Glen and Spa 24 Hours. Which one are you going to choose? Or are you going to choose both? I'm going to try and choose both, but what are you going to do?